This story is called Racing Hearts Speedway Showdown. In the small town of Speedway, where the smell of gasoline and freshly cut grass filled the air, 17-year-old Maya lived and breathed cars. She spent most of her free time tinkering with her own vehicle, a cherry red Chevrolet Camaro, which she had named Rosie, and dreaming of one day becoming a professional racing driver, just like her idol Danica Patrick. Maya's friends often joked that she had gasoline running through her veins instead of blood, and they weren't far off. Maya's passion for cars was unmatched. One sunny afternoon, while cruising down Main Street in Rosie, Maya stumbled upon a quirky pit stop called Pit Palace, a place she had never noticed before, despite driving past it countless times. The sign above the door read Pit Palace in bold neon letters, and the building itself looked like a cross between a garage and a theme park attraction. Maya's curiosity was piqued, and she pulled into the parking lot, noticing a group of lively friends gathered around a sleek, black car. As she stepped out of Rosie, Maya was greeted by the sound of laughter and the smell of freshly brewed coffee wafting from inside the Pit Palace. The group of friends turned to face her, and Maya was immediately drawn to their warm smiles and infectious energy. "Hey there, car enthusiast," one of them called out, a boy with messy brown hair and a bright grin. "Welcome to Pit Palace, the best pit stop in town, where cars are our passion and adventure is always on the horizon." As Maya spent more time at Pit Palace, she grew closer to her new friends, including Jake, the messy-haired boy who had first greeted her, Emily, a talented mechanic with a passion for vintage cars, and Matt, a thrill-seeking racing enthusiast who always had a daredevil stunt up his sleeve. Together, they shared stories of their adventures on the road, exchanged tips on car maintenance, and even planned a few wild road trips, filling the air with laughter and excitement. But one day, as they were working on a project to restore an old Mustang, Jake's face turned serious and he said, "Guys, I have some bad news. Pit Palace is in trouble." "What do you mean?" Maya asked, feeling a pang of worry, as she thought about all the good times they had shared at the pit stop. "The rival pit stop, Turbos, has been trying to sabotage us," Emily explained, her voice filled with concern. "And if we don't come up with a plan to save Pit Palace, it might be forced to close down for good." Maya's heart sank at the thought of losing their beloved hangout, and she knew she had to do something to help. After all, Pit Palace was more than just a place to work on cars. It was a second home, where friendships were forged and memories were made. "We need to come up with a way to raise funds and outsmart Turbos," Matt said, a determined glint in his eye. "And I think I have an idea. We can organize a racing tournament, with the winner earning a prize that could save Pit Palace." Maya's eyes lit up at the suggestion, and she felt a surge of excitement and nervousness. This was her chance to make a difference, to prove herself as a driver, and to save the place she loved. "But it won't be easy," Jake warned, his expression serious. "Turbos will stop at nothing to win, and we'll have to be careful not to get caught up in their dirty tricks." Maya nodded, her mind racing with the challenges ahead, but she was ready to face them head on. She was determined to save Pit Palace, no matter what it took. As they began brainstorming ideas for the tournament, Maya couldn't help but feel a sense of pride and purpose. She was part of a team, working together towards a common goal, and nothing could stop them now. The day of the high-stakes racing tournament finally arrived, and Maya's nerves were on edge as she stood in front of her car, a sleek black Mustang with neon green stripes. She took a deep breath, feeling the warm sun on her face and the roar of the crowd in the distance, as she prepared to face off against Turbo's ruthless owner, Victoria. "You got this, Maya," Emily shouted, giving her a thumbs up from the sidelines, where Matt and Jake were cheering her on with homemade signs and banners. Maya smiled, feeling a surge of confidence, as she put on her helmet and climbed into the driver's seat, the smell of gasoline and freshly cut grass filling her nostrils. The starting flag waved, and the cars sped off, their tires screeching as they took the first turn, with Maya expertly navigating the track, her heart pounding in her chest. Victoria was right behind her, her car a menacing black bullet with flames painted on the side, but Maya refused to back down, focusing on the finish line and the prize that could save Pit Palace. "Come on, Maya, you can do it," Matt yelled as she took the final turn, her tires squealing in protest, with Victoria hot on her heels. The crowd was on its feet, cheering and chanting her name, as Maya crossed the finish line a fraction of a second before Victoria, the checkered flag waving wildly above her head. Maya let out a triumphant whoop, pumping her fist in the air, as her friends rushed over to congratulate her, hugging her tightly and spinning her around in celebration. "We did it," Emily exclaimed, tears of joy streaming down her face, as they all hugged each other, basking in the glory of their hard-won victory. Maya grinned, feeling an overwhelming sense of pride and accomplishment, knowing that she had saved Pit Palace and proved herself as a talented driver, with her friends by her side every step of the way. The crowd's cheers still echoed in Maya's ears as she stepped out of her car, a huge smile plastered on her face, with confetti and balloons filling the air around her. Her friends lifted her onto their shoulders, cheering and chanting her name as they spun her around in celebration, the warm sun shining down on them. Maya felt like she was on top of the world, basking in the glory of their hard-won victory, with the prize money secured to save Pit Palace from closure. As they made their way to the winner's podium, Maya caught sight of Victoria, who approached her with a surprising smile and extended her hand for a handshake. "You won fair and square, Maya," Victoria said, her voice filled with newfound respect as Maya shook her hand firmly, feeling a sense of pride and satisfaction. Maya's friends gathered around, beaming with pride, as the mayor of Speedway presented them with a giant check, the prize money that would ensure Pit Palace remained open for years to come. The town erupted in cheers once more, and Maya felt grateful for her friends, her car, and the incredible adventure they had shared, knowing that their bond and determination had saved the day. As they walked away from the podium, Emily turned to Maya with a mischievous grin. "You know what this means, right?" she said, her eyes sparkling with excitement, as Maya raised an eyebrow in anticipation. "We get to plan the biggest, most epic celebration party Pit Palace has ever seen," Matt exclaimed, already brainstorming ideas, as Jake high-fived him in agreement. Maya laughed, feeling happy and content, knowing that she had found her true friends and a place where she belonged, with the sound of laughter and music filling the air as they walked off into the sunset. The Pit Palace sign creaked in the gentle breeze, now a symbol of their victory and friendship, as Maya and her friends disappeared into the distance, ready for their next adventure together.
Thank you.